Okay, well, this is part 2 of the small tutorial on how to use Excel. In this one, we'll look at a text function and then copying a table into Word and formatting into Word. Okay, so continuing from the data that we played with a little earlier, we've got this table here with the average height, forearm length, and ratio. I'm just going to recopy. So, oh, by the way, Excel can work with numbers, but can also work with text. So if I grab here and I just type equal to this column, B1, it's going to grab the text that's in B1 and paste it in this cell. The nice thing is I can also drag around and it'll go grab the text that's in C1 and D1. That's a nice trick. Now let's say I wanted to put together a table that has my average, average, plus and minus. I have to go grab it from the symbols, plus and minus. Standard deviation, sample size, and say median of the height in centimeters and the forearm length in centimeters. I could actually have grabbed it from there. Actually, I could have grabbed it again from here and dragged it across. Okay, let's say I wanted to put that. Now, obviously, for sample size for height, it's going to be very easy. I can just come grab it from sample size here. And for median, likewise, very easy. You can just go grab it from here and then drag it across as you would any number. Now, notice I don't need that number after the comma here, so I can actually go in here and remove. I can add a few commas and remove a few significant figures. In this case, obviously, sample size is a integral number, is an integer, so there's no point for a dot after. But for average, how do I get this field to say average plus or minus standard deviation? So I want this field to actually say 171 plus and minus 9.2. Now to do that, there are two functions in Word. One is called concatenate and the other one is called text. So I'll show you concatenate first. Equals to see it appears here, concatenate. And it tells you this joins several text strings into one text string. That's exactly what I want to do. I want to write average, and that's my first text, then a comma. My second text is going to be a space, the plus minus sign, and then the third piece of text will be the standard deviation. There. Now I have to go grab the plus minus from here as well. Just quickly grab this, Control C for copy, and Control V for paste. There. Now you'll notice right away that when it's grabbing this number, it's actually grabbing the whole number with way too many significant figures. Now, in this case, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, probably about 15 significant figures. Way too many. Now, how do I know what's the right number of significant figures? There are proper rules, but the rule of thumb is just look at your original data. For height, I have 3 significant figures, 3 numbers. And for forearm, likewise, I have 3 significant figures. You can see here this 21.5 means that this is actually 23.0 and this is 27.0. So I have 3 significant figures. So what I want is this number to come with 3 significant figures. So I want this to be 171 plus or minus 9.21. This is where that other function text comes into play. Text allows you to format numbers into particular text. And the way it works is, let me do it here, equals to text of that, comma, and then the format that I want. So in this case, I wanted to have 2 numbers after the column, the period. So there it is, 9.21. So yeah, just do text function. It's like average, but it's called text. And then I grab the number and the format. So I'll fit this in here now. So for the height, I want text of the height, and I want a number without any commas. And for the standard deviation, I want text of the standard deviation with a number that has 2 numbers after the comma. And there we go, 171 plus or minus 9.21. And I can just obviously drag this across, and it's going to grab it from here, 25 plus or minus 3.06. Big advantage, of course, you've got many different columns. Here I just had 2 columns, so it would have been probably easier to type it by hand. But if you have many columns, this is going to be very useful to do all your columns in one. Okay, so here's my table in Excel. Let's say that in Excel, just to highlight things, I might want to put a few reminders at some stage that I have to, I don't know, I'm adding colors for some reason, X, Y, or Z. Let me copy this table now, copy, and I'm going to paste it into Word. Paste. Now if I paste it straight, I'm going to paste it with all of the formatting, colors, etc. that I had into Excel, which I really don't want. So I'm going to delete all of that. And when I go to paste, I'm going to paste special using destination style. So I'm going from Excel, Excel is the source, pasting it into Word, and Word is the destination. So I'm pasting it with the formatting from Word. You can see it looks fairly different. Put the bars around it, it's all pretty simple text. So what I do next is I highlight all of that. I get rid of all my lines, no lines. I might increase the width of this column to make everything fit on one. Actually, come to think of it, I'll come back here and I'll use the preset fonts. You've got a design, you've got a whole range of different styles. Let's say I'm going with that style. And there we go. That's formatted in Word. Looks pretty nice. Then you can maybe center it here. And there's that table now in Word. Now remember, for titles, always put a title. So a table title goes at the top. Remember, table title top. And if I had a figure, the figure title would go at the bottom. Alright, now to add a title in Word, very easy. Move over your table. See how this little plus sign appears up there? Right click on that and click Insert Caption. And we're inserting a caption for a table. It's going to be our table, and this is height and forearm length of students in class. Okay, and there we go. There's the table title. There's my table, all formatted for Word. That's it. So in this one, we just had a look at basic functions in Excel, basic formatting in Excel, and pasting into Word. And remember, do your data analysis and data handling in Excel, and then copy and paste that into Word where you format it to look the way you want it. You can quickly change the formats again, coming over layout, and say, for example, you prefer that style. That's it.